Hey there, Sharon Hornelton here. Welcome to day 177 of our BU 365-day challenge. To do one thing every day that improves us. This segment, this month, we are focusing on relationships, the area and aspect of our life that has to do with relationships. And when we think about it, we come into this world alone, we leave alone, but during our time here on the planet, it's a lot of our experiences, a lot of our feelings, a lot of our thoughts, a lot of our beliefs come from our interaction with other people. And one of those is with respect to the topic of loyalty. So loyalty in relationships, or loyalty and our relationships. What does it mean? I'm going to share 9 traits of people that tend to be more loyal. A person is more likely to stay loyal if they have these particular 9 traits and characteristics. But first, let's talk about relationships and relationship loyalty. A lot of us know whether we feel like we're a loyal person or not. If you've been with your partner for a long time and you've been with them through the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows that come with every relationship, or if you've been with a friend, if you've got a friend that you've been friends with since, grade school or kindergarten or since the sandbox, you know that there have been some good times and some bad times with that friend. And they've had challenges in their life and you've had your challenges in your life, but you're still friends. That is an example of a loyal relationship, in my mind, in my imagination. So loyalty is all about the things that we've been talking about: honesty, trust, commitment to the relationship. And we all, through good times and bad. So when good times happen, it's easy for people to stick with us, right? It's amazing how when you're doing things that are challenging or you're having a difficult, challenging time in your life, you find out, and you really do, if you've never had bad times or if you've never been through difficulties or lost all your money or struggled financially, that's when you see who your true friends are. Your true friends are the people that stand by you no matter what, and they help you if they can, right? Sometimes they stand by us and they just offer moral support. Other times they can offer other types of support and help when we need it. When I had my sudden cardiac arrest, it was interesting to note who stood up and helped and did things and who didn't, right? And that's how we know who is really loyal and who is true to the relationship as much as we are. In order to get loyalty, we need to, of course, just like everything else, give loyalty as well. We have to participate in the relationship if we expect other people to be in a relationship with us. Loyalty can help build stronger bonds and social support, right? So loyalty is a good thing. Our action item today is going to be, what does loyalty look like, feel like, sound like to you? And we're going to share that in the comments below. I'm actually going to think about this because I've always thought of myself as a loyal person. I mean, I stuck with my ex-husband through a whole lot of stuff that most people wouldn't have. But I want to think about this and what does loyalty really mean to me, because it just said, with a whole lot of stuff I shouldn't have, where do you draw that line and say, okay, I don't choose to participate in this anymore. I'm not going to be loyal to you because of this. And I would say for sure abuse or any type of mistreatment, there's no reason for you to be loyal. And that applies to every relationship, not just our significant other relationship, but to work relationships. I don't know how many people will tolerate a really bad abusive boss. I've had some bad bosses, but I would never tolerate being mistreated or abused. I always would stand up for myself. Doesn't mean I had to leave certain work situations. It means I definitely chose to leave them because I didn't want to be influenced by somebody that was behaving badly and was, they would have gotten rid of me at the drop of the hat because they're not loyal. If you don't treat people with loyalty, you cannot expect loyalty and good behaviors in return. So what are these 9 traits of people that are more likely to be loyal? There's signs that they might be more loyal. It doesn't mean that they will be. We'll talk about one as we come upon it. Number 1, they have a positive outlook. Now, just because you have a positive outlook doesn't mean you're going to be loyal, right? It might mean that you're positive that you can find another friend, find another relationship, find another job, find another significant other at the drop of the hat. So you're not loyal at all. There's no direct correlation, but these are traits of people that tend to be more loyal. Number 2, you have a desire to communicate and to commit. Number 3, you aren't afraid of routine. Guess what? Anybody that's been married Anybody that's been in a long-term relationship knows that you fall into patterns of behavior and that there are routines. Everyday life, if we didn't have routines and habits and rituals and processes for doing things, life would be so much of a struggle, so much harder, we would hardly be able to make it through the day. Number 4, you embrace uncertainty. There aren't very many people that actually embrace uncertainty. Uncertainty for a lot of people is totally unnerving. They can't stand chaos, or they need to know that how things are going to work out, and things need to be predictable for them. Number 5, they're empathetic. Number 6, they have a strong sense of self. Number 7, they're able to react and recover quickly from disappointment. We all know people that are still living in the past with something that happened 30 or 40 years ago, and they relive it every single day of their life. Number 8, they're reliable. And number 9, they're a good communicator. Number 2 is actually they have a desire to commit. So they want to be in a relationship with you. People are loyal in relationships where there's commitment on both sides. Part of the reason that the job market is a struggle in certain people's mind is because the old tradition, when I was growing up, the tradition of companies being loyal and taking care of the people, that was disintegrating as I was first entering corporate America. And I would say for the most part, it has disintegrated. Now, if there's changes that happen and the companies cut back, one of the first things that go are people, right? The labor force and people. Why? Because that's the most important, not the most important, that's the most important part too, but it's also the most expensive part of running a business. So there isn't necessarily loyalty, and it's really hard to commit yourself. Businesses still expect employees to commit themselves to the job 100% or more, but they're not necessarily committed to providing safe, healthy, beneficial work environments for everybody, or pay, etc. So that's a topic for another day. Our action item today: what does loyalty look, feel, smell, taste like to you? How do you know if you're being loyal in a relationship, and how do you know if someone is loyal to you? You can always ask them, hey, what would happen if this happened in our relationship? What would happen if this happened in our relationship? There are always things that we will not tolerate, or we should not tolerate in our relationships. I personally would say abuse, mistreatment, infidelity. And we talked about those a couple of days ago. We talked about the things that you should never tolerate. Under tolerance, I think we talked about that. All right, any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. I don't know what we're talking about. I looked last night, but my granddaughter was fit to be tied after talking to her parents on the airplane because she misses them very much. And so she needed lots of love and attention. And I did not remember. I do not remember. I'll remember as soon as I see it. I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's our topic for tomorrow. But it will be relationship related, of course. All right, if I can help you, ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely fantastic day. Think about and notice who you're loyal to and who's loyal to you. All right, and how it feels.